Okay, we have already done chapter 1, which was Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, an embodiment of justice. And we did unit 2, which was the Chinese New Year. Are we all done with it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
We did that when we were in the early days of grade 9. We will today begin with unit 3. And if you have your book, good enough. If not, obviously you will have everything over here on the screen. No problem. Take care. Acha. The title is Try Again. And the poem is by William Edward Hixson. Now, in today's lesson, what our aim is, we will try to read, understand, and comprehend the poetic text. I'm going to enable you guys to identify the use of poetic devices, which will be used by the poem, by the poet in the text. And finally, I'm going to enable you to explain and paraphrase the poetic stanzas in your own words. We will begin with the life and works of the poet. As you can see, here is a little picture of our poet. Again, his name is William Edward Hixson, and he was a famous writer from the United Kingdom, again Britain, who lived between January 7th, 1803 and March 22nd, 1870. He studied in Netherlands and in Germany. He was the author of the famous poetic book, Time and Faith. And to his credit is the famous proverb, the famous popularized proverb, try and try again. We very often use this proverb, and the poem that we are about to read is where this proverb was officially coined at. Hixson unfortunately died at Fairseat, Stansted, Kent, which is from the district Kent of England, where, of course, he was buried. The most important thing about his poetic work is that his poetry revolves, just like the other poets that we have read in grade 9, his poetry also revolves around nature. Now, before we begin, my question comes from all of you. What do you understand from the title of the poem? I would like people raising their hands. Think for a few moments and then, yes, Sarah Rehan.
Ma'am, it says that whenever we lose hope, we should try again and we will succeed afterwards.
Very good. Anybody else would like to participate? Somebody else?
It says that even if we fail, we should keep trying and try again till we win.
Till we win. Very good.
And you should never give up.
You should never give up. Very good. Anybody else? Okay, we're moving over to the next question. Have you ever wanted to do or achieve something with all your heart? It could be anything related to studies, related to your everyday desires, something you wanted for your birthday. Yes, Amal. Yes, Amal. Was there something you ever wanted with all your might? Arij? Amal, keep thinking, I'll come back to you. Arij? I want you guys participate, please. Yes. Yes, Arij? Yes, Mariam Batul. Mariam, I still haven't received the answer to this question. Yes, have you ever, thoda sa sochein, have you ever wanted, kuch bhi, anything that you wanted to have very badly? What did you do?
मैम राइट नाउ तो पिज्जा चाहिए सिर्फ थोड़ा सा बैडली चाहिए
Very good, very good. Nashta or anything to eat. Theek ho gaya, that doesn't matter. Now, for that, what did you do to achieve it? What would you do to achieve it?
Tried hard again and again.
How are you going to try?
convincing parents
Okay, and if they don't listen for the first time, what will you do?
try
Again and
again
again.
You're going to try
Ma'am, the
again.
word
If they don't
please
listen
exists.
for the second time, ammi kya karti hain? She's like, no, look at your waist. इतने पैसे लग जाते हैं. Everything is so expensive these days. आजकल तो in every household, it's the same story. Petrol की prices देखी हैं. And everything, it is connected eventually with the price of the electricity or with the price of petrol. So your mother is like, no, I'm not buying you pizza. Go eat your paratha, go eat your toast. What will you do then?
ma'am then we
Ma'am,
listen
it's
to our
अच्छा.
parents we give up
You give up. You don't give up. This is what
We
you
never
do
give
Ma'am,
up.
the
today.
word please exists.
Today I teach you this. You do not give up. Okay? You try. And if
ma'am agar hum if we keep trying we'll get slapped for sure after some time
for the pizza, yes, but for other things, you will not. Okay? Now the thing is, sometimes when we are stuck at something, what do? We think of an alternate plan. Okay? When we do not get things the way we want them, what do? We take a detour, we take a different track. फिर हम क्या करते हैं? Sometimes what do? आप अपनी अम्मी को बटरिंग करते हैं. You praise her a lot. आप कितनी अच्छी
No,
है,
ma'am,
दुनिया की
we
सब्जी
start
में खिलाती
studying
है.
in front of me.
नहीं मैम हम कहते हैं कि हम काम नहीं करेंगे बस.
हाँ, हम पढ़ना शुरू कर देते हैं ज्यादा से ज्यादा.
कोई
Wonderful.
काम आए मैम बस सीधा पढ़ाई करने पे आ जाते हैं
हाँ मैम, उससे मामा मान जाती हैं.
है ना? So eventually, there is an alternate way to get what you want. ठीक है? If it is not directly कि अच्छा मुझे पिज्जा खाना है, अम्मी नहीं मान रही, तो you do something else. ठीक है? And eventually, if not by one way, you are going to change your way, and eventually in another way or through another means, you will attain what you desire. Isn't that it? Okay. Again, wahi question. Did you attain whatever you want? Do you always attain it in the first attempt?
No, not at
no
all.
ma'am
No.
No
Very
ma'am.
rarely, even when we're playing aajkal chuttiyan hain, you would have your siblings or you would have your cousins come over and you play certain games at home. For example, Ludo, theek hai? And in Ludo, everybody wants a sixer. theek hai? Do you get a six on every attempt or on the very first attempt?
no ma'am
No
No.
ma'am.
What do? We
After trying,
and try again
we
Try again.
try again. देखो कितनी ढेर सारी मैंने आपको examples दे दी. Now, the most important of all the questions is, when on the very first attempt, you do not achieve something that you want, how do you feel? What are the feelings at that particular moment?
Sad.
a little disappointed
very disappointed.
Disappointment.
Yes.
Disappointed, sad. What else?
Frustrated.
Frustrated. And discouraged?
Yes.
Should discouraged be a word?
A lot.
Okay, very good. I really like the participation bit. Now, I am going to give you a little background to the poem. Have we ever heard this story?
No, ma'am.
Have
Yes.
you ever heard this particular story, King Bruce and the Spider?
No, ma'am.
No,
Okay.
ma'am.
Now
No,
get
ma'am.
up. Now, the thing is that Robert I, or also called Robert the Bruce, he was the king of a very brave and wise king of Scotland in the 14th century. Now, the legend says that back in those times, Scotland was not part of England. And the king of England attacked Scotland in order to expand his land. Now, his army was well equipped and much larger than the Scottish army. It seemed that the English army would easily invade Scotland and win it over. Now, King Bruce addressed his army, specifically his generals, whom he encouraged to fight back and defend their land. The Scottish army promised that they will fight till their, till their last breath, and they will make sure that the enemy retreats. Now, King Bruce led his army of brave soldiers into the battlefield. No doubt they fought fearlessly, but soon the army, which was double their strength, which was double their strength, overcame them. The Scottish army obviously lost badly, and all their hopes were lost. The men, they left the battlefield, and the whole situation was really unfortunate. Now, King Bruce, at this particular moment, was forced into hiding to save his life, basically. Now, he was so dejected and demoralized that he took refuge in a cave, which was near Garta, which is a place near the Scottish and English border. Now, as King Bruce laid on the rough ground of the cave, he saw a little spider. The spider, what was it trying to do? It was trying to finish weaving its web, which it was weaving on the roof of the cave. Unfortunately, the spider, it kept slipping down. Now the king watched the spider climb up and fall, climb up and fall. Poor soul, said King Bruce with sympathy. Now, at this particular moment, the king related his defeat with that of the spider, but only to see that there was a difference between him and the spider. The king was astonished to see that after every fall, the spider mustered up the courage and started climbing up all over again. Now, finally, the spider reached the web, completed it on the 7th try. Okay. Now, the king was simply touched by this struggle. The little arachnid, the little creature, gave him the inspiration at this particular moment. Now, watching it try again and again filled the king with new vigor and spirit. He gathered up his scattered army, attacked the English, and gained back his land. And he could do all of this only because of the renewed energy and strength that he and his army had. And where did this strength come from? From the continuous effort of the spider. Okay? Now, what was the lesson that he got from the spider? This lesson was never forgotten throughout the battle by King Bruce. And based on the moral of this story, the moral or the lesson that you get from this particular story. The moral is reflected in the poem that we are about to read. That is, trying once more is the lesson which was taught by the little spider. As you can see on your screen, here is the poem written by William Hixson. Good morning. Now, Try Again is a short, thoughtful, and moralizing poem brilliantly composed by the British poet William Edward Hixson. The poet has conveyed a universal and optimistic message in a simple yet convincing style. If you can see, the poem is based, or the poem simply has 3 stanzas. Oh, sorry. Just a minute. Okay. The poem has 3 stanzas. Here you have stanza 1. Sorry, this is a broken up version. So this till here, you have stanza 2. And from if you find till the end, you have, oopsie, stanza 3. Okay? So there are a total of 3 stanzas in the poem. Moving over, we will now come to the reading and explanation of the poem. I hope till here everything is absolutely understandable and clear. Okay, Acha, one more thing before we move further. If in case after the 30 minutes session, obviously after 30 minutes, that is 10:50, your lesson will be over. We are going to join at 11 or immediately after. Okay? I will not take a 10-minute break in between. I will resume it again. Okay? वैसे तो मैंने इसकी settings change की थी और इसको 1 hour का ही lesson बनाया था. Instead of a 40-minute session or a 30-minute session, मैंने इसको change किया जरूर था. ठीक है? But in case it ends, just rest assured that I will sign in again. Okay? Yes, please. Please keep your pencils and your notepad in hand. Jani, can I please sit over here alone? Or do you want to lie down over here? Achha. Please keep your pencils, your notepads in your hand and take notes wherever needed. It's not a very difficult poem, but obviously you need to take notes. Okay? Achha. Right in front of you is stanza number 1. Who would like to read it aloud? Kuratulen, would you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
'Tis a lesson you should heed. Try again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Then your courage should appear. For if you will persevere, you will conquer. Never fear. Try again.
Yes, Zainab, would you like to give a try?
Ma'am, the same stanza.
Hanji, please.
'Tis a lesson you should heed. Try again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Then your courage should appear. For if you will persevere,
Huh?
you will conquer. Never fear. Try again.
Okay, try again. All right. There is this only one difficult word in this particular stanza. Can anybody guess what this word means? Have you ever heard this word before?
Yes, ma'am.
What does the word persevere mean?
Persevere means to not give up and keep trying.
Very good. To remain persistent. To remain persistent, or to give careful attention to something. Most important or the most appropriate meaning with reference to the context that is with reference to the text over here, would be to continue to remain steadfast. Remember, we've done this word earlier, steadfast. Okay, to remain steadfast is to persevere. Okay, now this stanza basically emphasizes upon two things. Number one, if you want to achieve anything, put your heart and soul into it so that you can succeed. Number two, on the other hand, if you, for any reason whatsoever, due to some hard circumstances, your attempt results in failure, what do? You do not give up. Rather, you come forward with renewed spirit and energy. You remain steadfast till you reach your destiny. And you will see that success will embrace you with open arms. Remain courageous. Okay? Then your courage should appear. That is, that if you continue, if you remain steadfast, what will happen? You will have the courage, the strength, the renewed energy to achieve, to attain what you desire. Okay? But for that, you need to remain steadfast, because only then will you be able to conquer, to achieve, when you will be fearless, when you will not have any fear in your heart about what lies ahead, or what if I don't achieve what I desire. Okay? Moving over to stanza number 2. Wait up. Yes, who would like to read this particular stanza?
Can you read?
Yes, Mariam.
Once or twice, though you should fail, if you would at last prevail, try again. If we strive, it's no disgrace. Though we did not win the race, what should you do in that case? Try again.
Try again. Yes. Somebody else?
Ma'am, can I?
Yes, please.
Once or twice, though you should fail, if you would at last prevail, try again. If we strive, 'tis no grace, though we did not win the race. What should we do in that case? Try again.
Try again. Okay. Again, this is not a very difficult stanza. Any difficult words? So there's just prevail. Any idea what the word prevail means?
Succeed.
Succeed. If you would at last prevail. Once or twice, though you should fail. If you would at last prevail, not succeed over here. Again, prevail is being used in the sense of remaining firm, to keep your ground. Take it. If we strive, what does the word strive mean?
If we go for it,
If we strive, if we not go for it. Yes, think. We use this word very often. नहीं बेटा मैं काम कर रही हूँ Soni. If we strive, yes.
make an effort to achieve it.
Very good. To make an effort. Okay? To try again. Okay? The word does remain, the vocabulary will remain persistent throughout the text. Okay? Strive again over here means to make an effort, to try again. If we strive, or if we make an effort to do something all over again. Acha, I'm going to end it over here, and I'm going to rejoin. Okay? I'd like everybody to rejoin. It's almost coming to an end. We'll begin stanza 2 once we log back in. Okay?